How exactly are the Time Jackers going to succeed in their plans if these are the types of guys that they're recruiting? Alright, yeah, I might have missed this out on last Saturday, but it's time for this week's recap of Lupinranger vs. Patranger episode 36 and Kamen Rider ZO episode 7. Alright, let's start off with ZO since because his face is on screen. Alright, yeah, we got ourselves another writer on the loose. This time it's another wizard. It's this stagehand guy named Hayate who is obsessed with making sure that his boss's small-time stage venue doesn't close because he has the hots for her and is too much of a spineless, gutless jellyfish to just come out and say it. Instead, he's just been just focused on trying to make her happy by keeping the stage open, even though it's later revealed that her father that she inherited from this venue from, and her fiance, all three of them wanted to shut the place down and move on to bigger and better to a bigger, better stage. But at first he's seemingly benevolent because he uses the powers of wizard, compliments of this time, and to basically perform actual factual magic in order to draw in the crowds that's needed to keep the place going. But this is where the problem comes in. Yeah, see, he doesn't. He's obsessed with keeping the stage open only just to earn the manager. Just to earn the favor of the manager because he has he has an unrequited crush on her. And yeah, when it's announced that the venue owner and her assistant, they've actually been engaged for about 6 years since this guy Hayate received the powers of wizard. But yeah, he's just been so full of denial, or actually not quite sure, but I'm not sure how he noticed that. He was just keeping the venue open with his magic. And yeah, when the guy announced to him that not only are they shutting the venue down, moving on to a bigger venue, and that he's finally going to marry the manager, the guy just completely snaps and goes crazy. All right, yeah. Again, I'm getting just like with Waz, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Oh yeah, speaking of Waz, he actually plays a big part of this episode. See, yeah, Sogo is still desperately trying to, get on friendly terms with Tsukiyomi and Gates. Tsukiyomi, she seems to be, she's not quite receptive, but she's not antagonistic towards him like Gates, who's just going completely, who is just back to his "I'm going to kill you" persona. And yeah, they both go and check out Hayate's show, and they figured that his magic is a little bit too, his act is a little bit too good to just be any sleight of hand, not my sleeves, yeah, they know about Wizard. They know he's actually able to do magic, so they put two together, and sure enough, they confront him, and he turns into another wizard. However, both of them are going at this in exactly the opposite wrong ways. Yeah, Gates is way too antagonistic with this guy, and just goes out and slugs him right in the face. And just trying to just cut the bullshit and just take him out. But Sogo, on the other hand, for all the time that Hayate's had wizard's powers, he hasn't actually gone out and attacked anyone. He's just doing his magic act, so he doesn't really think that the guy is all that antagonistic. Well, I mean, compared to the motives of the majority of the previous Another Riders, with the only exception of Another Build, most of the Another Riders have gone out and attacked people. So Sogo is stupid for thinking that this guy would be an exception, but yeah, as of then, he wasn't doing anything actually antagonistic. So yeah, Gates was just going off on the guy for just being another rider. Yeah, while they're both right in their specific circumstances, it's kind of, yeah. Gates was openly attacking a guy who wasn't being, he wasn't going out attacking innocent people. He wasn't launching fireballs or drowning people in his summoned water or anything like that. Or he was just putting on magic. He was just putting on magic shows. So yeah, while Sogo was, I mean, Uh, it's kind of hard. It's hard to call here. I mean, they're both right for different reasons, but wrong for similar reasons. It's yeah. Well, again, Sogo intervened and Gates went off in a huff. But yeah, later on, it's revealed that that Gates was correct, since Gates actually is the real hero of the show, and I'm one of those people that, well, yeah, that sees the bigger picture here. Yeah, Omazio is the ultimate threat. Sogo will become Omazio if Waz has anything to do about it, and Gates should be trying to kill him, but is, well, he's honestly buying into Sogo's thing about, well, Sogo does want to prevent the Demon King Omazio from coming around and screwing up the future, and he does still trust Gates and Tsukiyomi, and he just wants to earn Gates' trust, but this is not the way to go about it. And then again, it's not exactly an easy situation for either side. Oh yeah, Gates, because yeah, he's seen firsthand the unholy horror that Omazio will cause, and Sogo, he doesn't. Well, he still wants to prove that he's not going to become that monster. But again, it's hard to describe. Yeah. Oh yeah, and again, Waz isn't exactly helping things either, because he thinks that, his Grand Demon King is Omazio, he shouldn't have friends, and well, is basically manipulating circumstances to go and drive a wedge between Sogo and Gates and Tsukiyomi. So yeah, when another wizard finally snaps after that little revelation that his jealousy and obsession with this woman is not going to get him anywhere, he finally snaps and attacks. Gates goes and defends the fiance from another wizard. And then Waz shows up and is like, yeah, Gates, I just saw him going off on a rampage and attacking another wizard again, and completely leaving out the little details that another wizard completely snapped and is attacking innocent people. So when Sogo and Tsukiyomi get there, they think that Gates is just being unreasonably antagonistic again. So yeah, it's not a case of the writers just leaving out details. It's actually Waz himself making sure that events go in a certain way that he wants to. And yeah, speaking of Waz and time meddlers, yeah, it's confirmed with a conversation between Hayate and no, wait, Ora, sorry. Yeah. Ora, yeah, it's just as we suspected, that the Time Jackers are creating these other riders to potentially become candidates to become the next Omazio. But yeah, here's the thing that's kind of throwing a bit of a wrench into it. Most of the other riders that they've picked, they will never stand a chance against someone who even tangentially has the qualifications to become a Kamen rider. Yeah, most of these guys have just acted on their own selfish impulses and attacked innocent people, and just don't possess the strength of character or the required kind of leverage. Basically, they don't have it. They don't have the je ne sais quoi that it actually takes to become a Kamen rider that would be worthy to become the new Omazio. I mean, that's partially the reason why they're called another riders. They're basically just, in every way, shape, or form, perverse aberrations, twisted versions of what it actually means to be a Kamen rider. Although it actually is consistent with how Shirakura sees Kamen riders, he just sees them as nothing but monsters. But this is taking that concept and bestowing the powers of Kamen riders to people that are not worthy of being riders in any way, shape, or form. They're not. Again, that's the reason why they're called another riders instead of. It's just them slapping the name of a Kamen rider on as a random schlub who acts like a monster. And yeah, again, the only exceptions, the only case that proves the only exception is another build, and that's just because he was just a no-name basketball player that would have died and then decided to go on a rampage for absolutely no reason. I mean, we knew nothing about the basketball player. Let's see. He was about to get into an accident and then just starts rampaging as soon as he becomes another build. That's it. And let's see, another Xaid. let's see, he attacked people trying to find people whose organs were compatible with his son's for a transplant, even though he knew it was way too late. And let's see, another Fies slash another Forze was going around killing 18-year-old Libras to try and keep his girlfriend alive. And now we have another wizard who is attacking someone who is engaged and is going to marry the woman that he's secretly holding this unhealthy obsession on out of his sheer jealousy. And yeah, no, it actually is jealousy because he's afraid of losing the stage. Afraid of losing. The woman he never had the balls to just go up and confess his affections for anyway, resulting in this unhealthy, overpowered stalker. Well, not even stalker, just even stalkers are, for as disgusting as they are, they at least blurt out their obsession. This guy, he just keeps it all bottled up and doesn't even say anything, letting it all just fester inside of him until it just explodes. And now another wizard is on a rampage. Again, the people that these timejackers are choosing to become another riders, they're not going to get them anywhere. They're just selfish, unhealthy assholes. Just no, I mean, and even better, with all their plans, they've basically just been making, they've just been keeping the timeline leading up to Omazio still feasible because, they defeat another rider, then they get then they get the ride watches, and I mean, if these timejackers are so powerful, why don't they just go back and you know what? I'm just gonna borrow this line from Austin Powers. I mean, if you guys have a time machine, why don't you just go back in time and kill him while he's sitting on the crapper? I mean, yeah. And let me guess, the response from them would be, Scott, you don't get it, do you? Just don't. These timejackers, they're less manipulative bastards, and they're basically just taking pages from Dr. Evil. And when you're taking pages from Dr. Evil, just no. You're quasi-evil. You're the 1% evil. You're the Diet Coke of evil. 1 calorie evil, not evil enough. Oh yeah, and during all this nonsense that was going on, apparently Kosuke Nito, aka Kamen Rider Beast, has been observing Gates, and he has both the Beast and the Wizard ride watches. So expect the cameo from Mr. Mayonnaise next time. So let's see, anything else I'm forgetting? Let's see, Waz's machinations, the another rider is being completely pointless, the timejackers being idiots, both of our heroes being, having some sort of actually tangible justification for being on each other's throats. I think that's pretty much it. And let's see here. And actually, before, the timejackers are aware of Waz, and he is the future Omazio's herald, so that would make some sense. But apparently Gates and Waz have actually been in conflict at some point. I'm guessing it's probably going to be explained in like a future V Cinema with Gates. Maybe explaining how he gets manages to get Ghost and Drive's ride watches. I don't know. So for this episode, it's another bad. It's giving me questions, but not the right ones. Nothing that's actually intriguing. Just kind of everyone's an idiot. Have a nice day. And speaking of idiots, we actually don't have that in this week's Lupinranger versus Patranger. The gangler for this case, Pecker Zeppelin, based off of a woodpecker, his collection piece gives him enhanced intelligence, and he's been using combined with his natural powers to go and launch like spikes out of his shoulder that when they hit a person, they cause their natural clumsiness, and it basically turns anyone who's hit by them into clumsy Smurf. And this is in tangent with his plan that he hatched thanks to the enhanced intelligence granted by his collection piece. He's created devices that transmit kinetic energy produced via anger into a bomb that he's attached, that he's hidden somewhere in the city. And once it's fully charged, it could be. It's hinted that it's very, very powerful. And yeah, the ones to encounter him are the Patrangers. His clumsiness beam hits Sakuya. The inexperienced rookie who's less desirable, less appealing, and well, basically just more green. Oh, get it, get it. He's the green one of the group, so thus he's the Green Ranger. Oh god, I can't believe I just got that. Anyways, it causes his more naive and well clumsy traits to manifest, and basically just cause trouble. Not helped by him being tricked by Zeppelin's human form, actually receiving the anger conductive devices, in which are manifest, in which he constructed to look like necklaces, and he's put one on himself and also given one to Keichiro. The absolute worst person you can have for this, since he's a unstable hothead. But here's the thing: the way it was advertised is that. And like I said, it transmits the anger that's generated from a person into the bomb. So when Sakuya's natural clumsiness goes completely out of control, and clumsiness and carelessness combined with Keiichiro's hair trigger temper, quite frankly, I'm surprised that that all of Japan didn't explode because after like 15 minutes after those things were attached. But Keiichiro, all the anger that's directed towards Sakuya gets. Well, with the thing on him, he actually becomes a much more reasonable person. Just like Sakuya accidentally knocking him in the head. At first, he's about to go and scream at the top of his lungs, but he's like, "Yeah, no, it's all right, it's all right. It was an accident, man." He's actually, he actually comes off like a well-balanced, reasonable individual. And it's really sad when a monster's scheme of the week it actually results in one of your worst characters becoming, actually a decent person, because it's not going to last after that episode. But actually, Keichiro is aware of his anger issues, so once the whole plot with the Ganglar is exposed, he actually goes to every single length he can to make sure that he doesn't lose his temper. For most of the episode, he's stuck in the office and he's actually meditating, showing that he does know anger management techniques, but he doesn't exercise them. So with both him and Sakuya, basically, walking anger bombs, it's up to Tsukasa, who doesn't have one of those necklaces attached. She's the one to go track down the Ganglar, and coincidentally, and a funny twist, she's the one who actually has to stop the Lupinrangers from destroying him, from destroying the Ganglar, since he's the only one who knows where the bomb is. And basically it just turns into a weird sci-fi episode of sci-fi season of 24. So only instead of 24 hours to find out where the bomb is or whatever, it's until everyone who has these necklaces on completely loses their cool and just literally giving a new meaning to the term explosive anger. And not helped where they managed to triangulate where the bomb is, or where the most likely area where the bomb would be, and Sakuya, being the clumsy, careless idiot that he is right now, he actually screams, "There's a bomb! Everybody run!" In an area where everyone is wearing these necklaces, and so tensions are running high, people are running around panicking and getting into fights and just general chaos. Nice work, dummy. Again, Keiichiro should have, with Sakuya like this, and Keiichiro, especially with Sakuya, they should have honestly just chained him down at the office to make sure he didn't go around and inadvertently cause trouble. Ugh. But and of course everything got resolved, so Tsukasa managed to brief the Lupinrangers on the situation, and she managed to use them to get Zeppelin to hit himself with one of his careless clumsiness spikes. And because of that, he accidentally blurted out the location of the bomb. And once they managed, they got the information, and then once the Lupinrangers managed to destroy him, Sakuya and Keichiro actually managed to find out where the bomb was, and Sakuya managed to destroy the transceiver before the bomb went off. And so, yeah, day was saved, and yeah, we got introduced to Lupin Magnum's robot forms, secondary form, Lupin Superior, I think it's called. Yeah, he was able to attach the dial fighters onto his arms to basically become, basically a secondary Lupin Kaiser. So yeah, the day is saved, and hopefully this means, you know what? No, never mind. I'm not even going to bother anymore. Yeah, Keichiro is obviously not going to learn a damn thing out of this. Sakuya, well, he is still getting better. And, well, yeah, actually, Keichiro does manage to give him a proper pep talk. Sakuya throughout the episode says that he's the type of guy that gets better the more he's praised. But Keichiro says that to earn said praise, you need to actually have confidence in yourself. If you constantly keep second guessing yourself, then you're just going to keep making more and more mistakes. You'll always stay a rookie if you keep, just expecting praise for every single thing you do. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you managed not to completely shit the bed. Good job. But, yeah, it was more of an issue with confidence. And, yeah, well, actually, I'm not even sure about that. But, actually, this whole episode was weird because Keichiro, with that necklace on him, does come off like a much more reasonable person. He's forced to act more reasonable, and he's not always yelling and screaming at everything that pisses him off. Because yelling and screaming at everything that pisses you off, that totally makes you sound sane and reasonable. Yeah, people are not going to listen to you if you're constantly screaming your head off every single time somebody goes and forgets the dot and I exactly or whatever. Although, yeah, Sakuya during this episode, because of the effects of Zeppelin's clumsiness rays, yeah, he does do some stuff that will get anyone, rightfully pissed, like accidentally spilling hot tea on someone while they're meditating. I mean, that's scalding hot liquid. I'm surprised if it wasn't for that thing. I'm pretty sure Keiichiro would have just, gone for the Homer Simpson strangle. Yeah, but yeah, this episode, not really a whole lot to go on. It was just another filler, and well, again, this it basically once again exemplifies why Tsukasa is the real leader of the Patrangers. Because again, if it wasn't for for that monster's machinations, Keiichiro would have been screaming his head off, and Sakuya once again is just too green to take charge. So yeah, this was actually it was a decent Patranger episode, but again, because Tsukasa is best Patranger and best girl, and I will hear no arguments against that. So yeah, Kamen Rider ZO, it's a mixed bag, and same thing for this week's episode of Loop Pat. So until then, see you when I see ya.